Hi, and welcome to the Curtis World Podcast, where today, on January 17th of 2025, I'm speaking about the ban that the U.S. Supreme Court upheld, where the U.S. Congress in April of 2024 banned TikTok from operating in the United States. The ban is to take effect on Sunday, January 19th. I want to question the real reason that they're banning TikTok. And just to give you a little history, back in April of 2024, the U.S. House voted 360 to 58 to ban TikTok and either make it divest from the current owners, which is ByteDance, a Chinese-owned company, and sell to a U.S. company, or they would be banned. Now, you see how easy it is for Chinese illegal immigrants to come into our country without a lot of pushback from our congressmen. I mean, of course, now President Trump is coming in and he's saying that he's going to stop this unbridled immigration. But you see how many are coming in, and there has been very, very little discussion about who's coming in and what they're doing once they get here. They are not seeking asylum from persecution from China. So that in itself makes me question the motive from our U.S. government in stopping China. Okay, now take a look at this. They also allowed China to come in and buy land that is very close to our military bases. Take a look at this. Now, this is the reason that I have been opposed to the ban from the beginning, because I don't believe that our people are being honest about why they want us to divest from TikTok. And the reason I say that is because if you pay attention to what Google is doing, they're allowing Google to do what they are allowing, have always allowed Microsoft and Apple to do. Then that's why I question, why are they so concerned about China taking our data when Google can do whatever they want to? And one thing that we have always heard people say is how they can be talking and then all of a sudden they're talking and then they look on their phone or their iPad and a commercial comes up that's about their subject that they're talking about. Now, no one has ever looked into that. They have not stopped them from doing that. And I say with Google, I know even when I'm logging in to try to go to a hospital, it asks for my Google ID. Now, nowhere in my past, and I used to work in IT, I even taught IT. I have never given Google permission to use my information everywhere across the internet. But I haven't heard anyone be concerned about Google and what they're doing or what Microsoft has done forever with your Microsoft ID or your Apple ID and how much they affect. So I'm saying that I do believe that our Congress is being hypocritical about this. And now let me just say something else. One thing, I want you to look at this video when they're talking about the amount of Chinese immigrants that are coming into this country that cross the border. If you take a look at this, then you'll say, now you are concerned about China taking our data online, but the same people who have supported illegal immigration, you allowed this to happen in our country. As a matter of fact, if you look in just a very short period of time, in like a 4-month period last year, they allowed over 20,000 illegal Chinese immigrants to come into our country, and they didn't do anything about that. And also, in the meantime, I want you to look, just take a look at this video.
India. Where are you from? China. Where are you from?
India, sir.
India. Where are you from?
China.
China.
Georgia.
Georgia. Georgia. Where are you from?
India.
India.
China.
China.
Yeah.
China. China. China.
China.
China. Where are you from?
Georgia.
Georgia. Where are you from?
China.
China.
Chile.
China. Where are you from?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Now, once you look at all of this information that they're allowing Chinese illegal immigrants to come into our country and go wherever they want to go. They are allowing China to come in and buy land all over our country, including land that's close to our military bases. They allowed a Chinese spy a balloon to fly all the way across the United States. And then they even told us that it wasn't harmful. But they want us to believe that all of a sudden they care about our data, but they don't care about what Google, Microsoft, and Apple do to our data. They don't care about any other IT company, but they care about China. Now, of course, and this video that's trending on TikTok right now about us not having anything, and I'm really wondering too, what are you going to do with my data? Really, I am far more concerned about what Google is doing every time I log in to pay a credit card bill, or anytime I'm trying to make any type of arrangements with my healthcare facilities. That is what concerns me more than anything. But I'm going to tell you, the mistake that they made, the mistake that TikTok made, is that they alienated customers like me. I had over 360,000 followers in TikTok, and just a few weeks ago, well, just 2 weeks ago, actually, my account was banned permanently from TikTok. What they did is that they alienated their customer base. They alienated the people who would have defended them, because had they not done that, I would have defended them. As a matter of fact, I've had several videos defending TikTok. But the thing that scares me more than anything else is censorship. Censorship scares me more than anything, because I believe that the purpose of censorship is to keep us from communicating with each other. And I think that's something that's a bipartisan thing, that both Democrats and Republicans do not want Americans to communicate with each other. That is something about that scares the heck out of politicians, and that scares the heck out of the billionaires that run the country, because now, for the first time in our history, Americans are allowed to communicate with each other instantly. Like, I do lives, and if you've ever viewed my lives, I always ask people what state they represent. It's so that I can talk to the people in California about their fires, and I can talk to them almost immediately. It's also so that I can talk to the people in North Carolina and ask everyone to pray for them. I believe that the reason for the TikTok ban is that politicians, both politicians in the House, in the Senate, and across the aisles, and our Supreme Court, they are afraid that Americans are able to talk to each other for the first time in history and exchange information. Therefore, the things that they do, all of the things that they've been doing for over 200 years, are no longer secret. That's just my take. I believe that they're all being very hypocritical about this, because if they weren't, somebody would have looked at our First Amendment rights. And I heard someone today saying, well, they don't want China taking our data. Let me say this, and I'm saying this for those Americans who use TikTok, because they keep saying, well, all of these young people, everyone I follow, the people that follow me are my age. And I know 360 something thousand, that's not a lot of people, but it's as large as some large cities. I realize these people are my age, or these are grown people. These are not children. And I feel that the TikTok ban is more of a First Amendment issue than anything else. These people are not going to say one thing to make me believe that they care about China taking my data when I don't have anything. And the issue is not the fact that I can communicate with people in California. I think that is the main thing that all of them are concerned about, is my ability to talk to people in North Carolina who were just totally disenfranchised by a federal agency. That I believe that is their greatest fear, and all of them alike do not want us to communicate with each other.